Hey gang, welcome back to Progressive Outcomes. Today's going to be a really short video. I just wanted to share with everyone. I got a new part, yay, in the mail to complete my build with one of my custom rifles. I have got and ordered a Gen 4 APA, what they call Fat Bastard brake for the barrel that I'm going to be shooting in my custom rifle. And it's the 4th generation that's supposed to be improved muzzle brake. APA is American Precision Arms Company, and I've been using their brakes for some years now. And I've tried other brakes. I'm not going to mention names of other brakes. They all work decently, but so far I've found that the APA muzzle brake has worked the best, and the needs and the desires that I want to perform in my application of shooting rifles. All right, yep, standard invoice, packing, and here we go. So I got the Gen 4 Fat Bastard muzzle brake. So the reason why I got the largest one is I like to shoot a lot of Magnum guns, and I noticed that controlling the recoils, keeping the weapon steady, which is a huge benefit, a good muzzle brake solves that problem. So what comes with it is a little Allen wrench, and the Allen wrench is basically to take some of these ports out. So when the gas passes through, you can not only control the felt recoil and everything else on the weapon system, but also keeping the muzzle down from having muzzle jump. And you can adjust and fine tune how the weapon recoils, especially the larger the caliber, the larger the recoil. I don't know how you guys feel about muzzle brakes. In my life experience with weapon systems, I've had a chance to use cans, or better known as suppressors, in my former life and profession, quite a bit of them on different weapon systems, and they're pretty good. One of the benefits with suppressors is they do suppress the flash the best. But for right now, muzzle brakes control recoil and your muzzle jump the best than any other product out there right now. Now there is maybe dozens, if not close to 100 different types of muzzle brakes out there, ranging from price to claimed effectiveness, so on and so forth. I haven't shot every muzzle brake that's out there. I've had ones that claimed this much, didn't feel that way, or didn't act that way. I had those that performed decently, but so far, I have to admit that the APA, American Precision Arms brakes, have always worked the best in the sense of controlling recoil, recoil management, muzzle jump, so that way you can have a more accurate shot when you're shooting, especially when you're shooting Magnum calibers. You know, that kick that you feel like a mule. I don't know what your guys' experiences are. Leave in the comments if you guys had any experiences other than the APA, or if you had experiences with this, please share it in the comments and we can talk about it more. But this is a self-timing Gen 4, the Fat Bastard model, basically the largest one. It's designed or spec'd out for a 30 caliber or a 7mm. And because I'm going to be shooting a 7mm Magnum, and because I have the ability to quick change barrels, I do like shooting my 300 PRC and as well as my 7mm Magnums. So that being said, I'm going to stick with the largest ones. Now, you're going to see here on one of this action barrel that I have here in front of me that I had a Gen 3, I believe, because they had the ports on here. So I guess they re-improved this. So I want to put it right up against here. So the size looks about the same, but they did some redesigns on the right here on the baffles or the finlets. It's more protruding outwards, more of a 90-degree, versus the older models were swept back at this angle and more of a 45. And what that does is when the bullet passes through, all that gas is coming out, it counteracted the recoil. So counter forcing through the inertia, and the gas is coming out of the system when the bullet passes. And that's kind of how muzzle brake technically works. The Gen 4 has redesigned itself because some problems that a lot of people experience with muzzle brakes, which is sometimes a negative. I didn't really feel that too much like others do, but I can see where it comes from. Is the percussion that comes off. One, the muzzle brake definitely makes the weapon sound a lot louder. So be aware of that if you haven't used muzzle brakes. Number two, the directions of these baffles or finlets, whatever you want to call it, has caused shooters to have headaches or uncomfortable situations because of all that percussion and gas going back towards the shooter. Now, again, I haven't personally experienced that too much myself. Maybe I'm just a hard-headed individual or got too used to it, but I can understand where they're coming from. So supposedly they made some changes here. What I also noticed is some of the changes, other than having the 90-degree ports so the gas is blown more directly outwards versus backwards, is the ports. They've cut down the amount of ports because there's a 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. They had 10 ports, now they only have 8. But what they have done is enlarging the holes, or made it a lot larger compared to the port holes to control the muzzle jump. So I'm going to be real excited again to see how this one works in comparison to the old one. These worked excellent. I'm hoping and I'm expecting that these things work even better. That'll be very nice. On this one, I'm looking forward to it, and it's supposed to even mitigate it even better. The other part with these things is called a self-timing. So you have a counter-sinking locking nut here, and your barrel's threaded and you put it on. The other thing I've changed is the common thread pattern for muzzle brakes is 5/8-24. I found out through my gunsmiths and some pretty notarized other gunsmiths and custom barrel makers that it's better to go with a 3/4 24. Basically, the differences in threading leaves you more meat on the end of the muzzle, which adds a better benefit for accuracy. So I kind of bought into that. So I'm changing it. I used to use 5/8-24, which is a very common thread pattern for a lot of calibers, popular calibers. But seeing that I'm going more in the custom road and getting more involved with trying to gain the most accuracy you can, I'm going to go ahead and move and start changing myself to going to 3/4 24 thread pattern. You guys might want to look into that. A lot of videos on that, and they can explain why. Good stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit of a new part that I got that I'm going to be putting on. When my custom barrel comes back from getting custom chambered, I will do a video that's going to go start to finish, assembling it together, and going through the whole process of my quote-unquote breaking the barrel process and start shooting. And you guys can see, I know you guys are seeing me doing a lot of this technical table stuff. Now I'm going to be getting out there to shoot once the custom rifle is done. Again, like and subscribe if you guys like everything else, and also forward the videos to people that you think that might like these things. I'm also open to any comments or any experiences that you had with any other muzzle brakes that you want to share, and we can talk about that. And I may have a chance to do comparisons. And any company out there that wants to send me, differences, or you think the muzzle brake is a little better than these, by all means, send it to me for free. And and I'll go ahead and do an honest comparison and review to it. Other than that, guys, that's all I got to share today. It's going to be a short, and we will see how this thing works down the road here shortly once my barrel and my weapon gets back.
Spotter ready.
Shooter ready.
Send it.
Have a good one. I'll see you real soon.